All right, well, we just picked up some pretty awesome comic books down on my LCS today. So let's go ahead and dig through these books and see exactly what we got. All right, let's get started. Yeah, I definitely picked up some more newsstands. So we got some Mark Jewelers candidates, I think, in here. But yeah, what do we got here? Submariner issue number 13. Yeah, this week was the $2 bin in my LCS and the price per pound. And yes, this was in the $2 bin, which was pretty insane, I think. Submariner issue number 13. Yes, I just said that's pretty clean, very clean. Jesus, 1969. I think this might be top 5, top 3 of the night. I mean, value-wise, probably the coolest finds I've pulled out of this $2 bin. I mean, I probably pulled out 500 books over the course of however many years, but yeah, this is an immaculate book. I saw this and it looked nice. I took it out, it looked really nice, and that was as far as I went with it, but now on stream, it's actually looking extremely nice. Wow, that's really cool. Submariner issue number 13, 12 center for $2. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to bag and board that immediately because that's actually a pretty incredible find for $2. Moving on, Walt Disney Donald Duck, $2 bin, still 10 cents. Dell, I picked it up, and this one actually looks really pretty clean too, actually. Very nice. 1960. Dell Comics, I do not think I have this one in particular. I'm pretty certain I do not. What issue was this? I should have just looked at that. Issue number 71, the Donald Duck run, 1960. As I've said a million times before, I enjoy picking up these old school Dells and 4Colors and Whitmans and Walt Disney's and all that stuff. And this one actually looked fairly clean, which is actually pretty cool for a 65-year-old book or whatever it was. Walt Disney Donald Duck issue number 71. Chamber of Darkness, $2 bin, 15 center issue 7. Looks like it's got some love to it. Maybe it's about a VG minus. I do not think I have this one, so I picked it up. And I love 70s horror. Actually, it might be 69. What year is this? 1970. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome artwork there. Bernie Wrightson, Stan Lee, Roy Thomas. Awesome stuff, awesome goodness, and I do actually like this run. I got Chamber of Darkness 1 and 2 and 3, I believe, and I don't have 7, and I think that's all I have. So whenever I can find them, they're not particularly cheap. I mean, relatively speaking, for $2, this was a pretty awesome deal. So I thought this was really cool. Chamber of Darkness issue number 7. Happy to have it. Moving on. Strange Planets. 12 center issue number, I don't know. It does not say on the outside. Strange Planets, blah, blah, blah. And it does not say on the inside either. It doesn't say the issue or the year. I don't know anything. This cover looks a little familiar, actually, too. I don't know if I have this one or I had it at some point, or maybe I just saw it somewhere and I didn't pick it up. It's one of those books where the cover looks familiar, but I don't recall, I guess, owning it, or however I would say that. But I picked it up. I thought it was pretty cool for $2. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know the issue number. I don't know the year. Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to kind of read this and look into this. I have no idea, obviously, anything about Strange Planets, and the fact that it doesn't have the year on it. It's in the back. No, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. Strange Planets, 12 center. That's all we got. Moving on. Secrets of Haunted House, $2 bin. Yes, I picked it up. Issue number 31. Why? Because I like Secrets of Haunted House, and I do not have this particular issue. And December 1980. Yeah, so I wanted to try to complete this particular run if I could, and for $2, I'll pick it up. I mean, it's not an amazing deal of any sort, but I don't care. I enjoy reading this stuff. And yeah, Secrets of Haunted House issue number 31. I'm looking at that. I'm going to look at this again. I'm sorry, guys, but this is insane. I'm looking at this while I'm looking at these other books. I mean, this is... It's to be like a 7.5. I thought maybe when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is like a 5.0 copy. And then I looked at it closer, and now it's like a 7.0. And now I'm looking again, and so like an 8.0. This is like an 8.5. This is a pretty crazy. This is awesome. That's actually really cool. Sorry, I'll move on. I already looked at this book. I don't want to waste some more time. But that's actually a really cool, awesome condition book there. That's a lot nicer than I originally had thought. Archie, 12 center, $2, issue number 131. I do not have it. Cool little cover there. He's running with his tongue sticking out, got the first aid. I don't know, it makes me laugh. What issue is this? Issue number 131. I'm going to say 1965. September 62. Jeez, that was way off. I should know better. Yeah, I guess a little older. But it's pretty clean, though. Yeah, nicely firmly attached here. Issue 131 for a $2 bin. Well worth $2, and that's an issue I do not have. I am happy to have it. Moving on. And last of the $2 bin before we go into actually the stuff I'm excited to get into, some of the newsstands over there. Walt Disney Comics, still 10 cents. Dell, issue number 11. This one's a little loose, might be attached at the top or detached. 1960. Does not look familiar, which is pretty cool, which is why I picked it up. And we are somewhat attached and hopefully complete here. Centerfold looks like it's coming loose at the top staple. But I am happy to pick up any Walt Disney Comics that is 10 cents or still 10 cents for $2 that I do not have. And this one it looks fairly clean for its age, so that's cool. But yes, picked up 4 pounds of the price per pound deal on my LCS, which I've said over and over again. It's a little deal that they're doing. It comes out to about 30 cents a book, which is pretty crazy. I think last week picked up about 7 or 8 Mart Jewelers. I think almost every newsstand we looked at was a Mart Jewelers, which was just blowing my mind at the time. And we got one right here, so hopefully it's a Mart Jewelers too. Avengers West Coast, issue number 33. This one feels thick, and I'm almost certain it's going to be. And I have 100% not looked inside any of these. I looked inside the $2 ones, but not these. But West Coast Avengers, yeah, I think so. It is, yes. Another Mart Jewelers. I'm not going to say it so many times in this video. I said it about 500 times in my last video. West Coast Avengers number 63. Mart Jewelers. I will gladly take it, and that's actually really, really awesome. Value-wise, that's pretty cool. Moving on. I'm not going to waste all that time on this stuff. X Factor issue number 95. Direct edition. Looks like a pretty clean book. And Captain America issue 422. I'm going to say it's October 1993. December 1993. Wow, that was a lot closer than. Nice. I don't know why I'm guessing. I do that a lot now. I'm saying it out loud. All right, moving on. Daredevil, issue number 327. 1997. 1994. April 1994. All right, I was way off on that one. Yeah, I've been reading some Daredevils. I've been enjoying some Daredevils a lot, actually. What the hell is the town called? Oh my God, Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I read like 3 of them in the last 2 days and kind of enjoy it. I mean, it wasn't that late. I think it was issue like 160, 170, 180, around there. Justice League of America issue number 2 and Daredevil issue 312. Yeah, the ones that I was reading was actually pretty good. He was having a lot of troubles and struggling with his own behalf, and he was kind of the bad guy and all that stuff. And I want to say in the 90s, he kind of got a little bit steered away from that and became more classic, traditional, good guy, adventurous Daredevil, and kind of lost some of that old school, I guess, nostalgia, coolness to it. But I guess each to their own on that one. How we know what the hell I'm talking about right now. Issue 310, Daredevil. Calypso's back, November 1992. Marvel Superheroes. Moving on. Flash 43 in 1990. So yeah, about 30 cents a book for a lot of this stuff. A lot of the stuff's older reader copies. Is probably why I put it in the $1 bin. Fantastic Four is in a newsstand. It is not. Issue 359. It's got some love to it. Yeah, pretty crazy deal, pretty awesome deal, and I know there's some more newsstands in here, so I'm hoping we got some more Mart Jewelers. Flash issue number 2, and a Fantastic Four real low grade issue number 369. Was it A? I didn't even look if it was. It is not. Moving on. Hellblazer issue number 41. Picked it up. I had this issue, but this one looked actually really minty, which was actually pretty cool. Value-wise, it's actually cool. And a lot of these tend to be kind of ripped up, chewed up books, or at least the ones I've been finding, but this one actually looks completely immaculate. Probably going to bag and board this one. Issue number 41, Yeah, I read this one. Actually, I don't know. I mean, I can't think on the fly very well, but if you guys are looking for a good issue to start with to kind of give you an idea of what Hellboy is, or not Hellboy, Hellblazer is like without getting too complex in the undertones and the psychology of it and all that stuff that can be really confusing sometimes, this is a good issue. Yeah, he basically he finds out that he's got cancer, smoked too many cigarettes, and he's got to deal with life and death and all that stuff. And yeah, I think he goes to the hospital here in a few pages or whatever, and yeah, he meets a guy who's kind of also basically dying. Yeah, like this guy right here, and he chats it up and tells stories. And then they become friends, and he tells him he wants to meet him again and say, you know, talking all this stuff, and they give him each other some word of advice, and it was cool stuff. It kind of gets into the backstory of what he is and what he's struggling with, and it's a good issue to start with, actually, in my opinion. Probably didn't need to say all that and just moved on. But Hellblazer issue number 41, I do like Hellblazer a lot. But I'm going to put that one up because that one looks super clean. But yeah, good stuff, Hellblazer. Detective Comics issue number 673, 1994. This one actually looks really clean, actually. Pretty nice for the price. I think I have that one anyways. Avengers issue number 357. And right into a Trencher issue number 1. May 1993. I don't know anything about Trencher. I'm wondering if I want to put this aside and look into it. And yeah, I'm going to find out exactly what that's about. Could be something, probably not, no idea. Detective Comics 663 and Newsstand. Sergio Grew. Issue number 76, Newsstand. I don't think, yeah, it's probably, what the heck? Sergio Aragones Grew the Wanderer, Mark Jewelers. That's insane. I should have just expected it was Mark Jewelers. Every Newsstand, that's crazy. I'm not going to go off like I did last week, but I did not know, and I did not really think this particular one was going to be one, to be honest, but that's awesome. I don't know how many, I don't want to go down that road. I know how many, about 5%, 7%, 10%, but I've never seen one in a groove before, so that's actually really cool. And this one looks fairly clean for a Newsstand. That could have a decent amount or a lot of value, to be honest. I think it probably does. That's cool. Yeah, Incredible Hulk issue number 413. The Fantastic 3, issue number 383. Looks pretty clean. Is that a spot? No, it's not. It's the, yeah, it's one of these. Nice. It's a pretty clean Fantastic Four there. Fantastic Four, issue 383, December 1993. Lots of threes. Moving on right into a Newsstand, a thick one. Classic X-Men, Classic 54. 85%. This is a Mark Jewelers. It is not. Oh, it's just a it's a thicker one. December 1990. Would have thought for sure this is going to be one. We will take it though. Classic X-Men issue number 54. I read that other one actually, the Mark Jewelers one, Classic X-Men. I enjoyed that. I actually like Classic X-Men better than some of the other X-Men that I've been reading. I don't know. It's just a little bit more, I don't know, maybe more simpler. I don't know if that's the right word. Batman 494, Nightfall, and Batman 502. Moving on. Yeah, I've also been reading Grendel lately. What do we got here? Flash number 77, and that is for me a very tough read, more so than Hellblazer. Hellblazer I understand, and I've read so many of them, but I don't know what it is with Grendel. I struggle with that one run, that is for sure. Ren and Stimpy Show, Bubble Bath, issue number 10, low grade. I think I got issues 1 through 7 or 8 or 9. Might even have 1 through 10, but this one does not look familiar. Low grade, but yeah, I don't know what it is with Grendel. I read it, I read them, and I just completely get lost. And yeah, I still don't even know what the heck the mask is about. I know it's like more of a metaphor and more of a persona. Obviously, but it's just, I can't, what do we got here? Iron Man 271. Ooh, newsy. 50%, 60%. No. All right, maybe we're over it now. August 1991. Not a Mart Jewelers. Was it 100%? Yes, it was. Newsstand. Looked like one. Low grade. Newsy. 271. Moving on. John Sable. Freelance. But yeah, I enjoy difficult reading stories like Grendel and Hellblazer and a few other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head that are about 10 of them on the tip of my tongue right now. But yeah, I just enjoy stuff that you really have to kind of read slow and dive into and kind of do some, not research into it, but you kind of have to kind of get some awareness of what's going on with the whole situation. You just kind of appreciate it more when it's, also it's just a slower read and more of an enjoyable read than just reading a story of Batman or Superman picking up the minivan to save the old woman, and you're like, all right, that's it. That was exciting stuff, but nothing else to it. Batman Detective Comics 664, another clean one, and Batman Detective Comics 659. But yeah, as always, thanks guys for those who subscribe and like, and thanks for those who don't, and don't matter to me. Captain America issue number 298, 60 center, October 1984. Cool artwork style there. But yeah, only about, looks like 5 or 6 more books. We'll go through this pretty quickly here and yeah, be over with it. Flash issue number 62 and Flash issue number 45. Looks like we got a couple more books here. Maybe a newsstand coming up. Justice League of America issue number 4 and Ghost Rider issue number 5. Yeah, here's one that I really think the idea of Ghost Rider is really cool. Just the actual idea of the devil possessing someone and him fighting with the devil and trying to keep it tamed, but then him kind of using that to defeat some bad guys and then maybe some questionable good guys and taming all that stuff. And there's the psychological element to it. But for some reason, the ones that I've read, it kind of falls short. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a particular, I don't know, but that's just my experience with Ghost Rider lately. Maybe I'm not reading the right ones. And last book, Captain America, issue number 392, late September. And is it not even checked? No, it is not. But 1991, that is where we ended for this video. And as always, guys, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.